Hi everyone, welcome to Investing in Value. So today we're looking at Humacyte, and it's just really crazy right now with the FDA. Like, it's been over 2 months since they last communicated, and it's just been silence, which is really weird. Yeah, like you'd think they'll at least communicate something, particularly with a company that got priority review. They couldn't meet the priority review date, and that was extended, and there's been no communication since. So that just kind of leaves the company in a bit of limbo. The only thing that they could resort to was raising money. First, they came up with an arrangement where they have access to up to $50 million. They haven't used any of that yet, where they sell shares to the company, to another company, and then they basically get money in return. But they have raised $30 million. So you add that all together, and that's about $80 million of capital that they have access to. So in the sense, like, the company decided not to wait. Like, they don't want to just originally it looked like they were just going to wait to approval came along, then they would have just enough finances to get things started and then to raise at a really good price. But now the company is actually forced to raise at a really low price. $30 million was raised at $5.28. If you look at the share price today, it's at $5.67, which kind of means the market has a bit more confidence, like that given their financials. I think the market was getting pretty worried that there wasn't going to be enough financials to support the company. Company was, in a sense, really diligent about this. They know they need the capital, they raised the capital, and there's a bit more confidence for the share price to be above that raising price. I think there's also some expectations that, hey, it's been 2 months, FDA shouldn't be taking this long, like particularly with priority review. So a lot of people are kind of considering 9 months or 10 months should be the line before the FDA really needs to give some communication, or at least announce a date when things are going to be reviewed. So I think we are probably getting really close. I find it weird the company's not communicating with the FDA about this. Like, they should be asking where things are. They should be telling shareholders, or maybe they know a little bit, but they're not communicating with shareholders because it's not a interesting enough bit of information. It could just be, oh, we just need more time, and the company's like, oh well, we don't want to tell our shareholders that they need more time, because then the share price isn't going to do well and it's going to be terrible for capital raising. So yeah, it's a really weird, crazy, and frustrating situation to be in. Like, you don't want to hold a stock of a company that has no date or time frame of when an approval is coming. Like, you'd think it was getting close. Like, it's just we're in territory that a lot of people have not seen. Like, a lot of people who invest in biotechs probably can attest to this, that hey, FDA usually isn't this vague. It's probably because they don't understand the product as well, and there are questions around the sample size. So I think the FDA is just taking a bit more time to understand the product properly, and also because that sample size isn't the largest sample for the trials that they did. I think that's why the FDA is taking a bit more time to just really dig into those details to confirm that they're approving something that actually is really good. Like, I mean, if you haven't seen my other video, there were surgeons talking about how excellent this product was. So you would think the data, the reviews of the professionals would kind of give this company enough to get approval. So I think FDA just has to make sure they've reviewed everything, and then when they feel like they're confident enough, then that's when we're going to hear from the FDA. Until then, it is sort of getting into that crazy territory where we're just like, what's happening, So basically, we're at the situation where stock price is $5.67, valuation is $718 million. They've got $30 million raised, and they've got access to $50 million if they need it, which I think that, their plan is to use that for going commercial once FDA approval is done. Potentially that, or they just use it just to fund the company if FDA has not answered them by then. So yeah, like I think the company is okay right now because it's got the right funding. So the company's not in a situation of limbo when it compares to its financials. It can kind of progress things. Like I think they have been posting a lot of job ads to kind of recruit to scale up. I think that's also one reason why they were just borrowing, like they were raising more money just to get things going, so that when approval comes along, they don't have to wait so long. I don't think they want to waste any more time. Like it's getting to a situation where this is taking too long. And basically, I think they want to get things to the market. So hopefully things, come along with the FDA, and we hear, quite soon from them around what's happening. But for now, I think the company's okay. I think the share price is okay. The fact we have no communication from the FDA is not okay. But I think there is more reward than risk at the moment because you're at a fairly low share price and you've got some capital. The valuation isn't too high. Like I think 700 million is okay. Like it leaves a ton of upside. But at the same time, this vague kind of communication from the FDA doesn't leave investors with a lot of confidence. So hence why I think we're at this current situation. But I think it's not a bad situation if you're looking at buying into the stock. It's a terrible situation if you're holding the stock and you're waiting for something interesting to come along. Until then, I think we just have to wait. Like we're looking at a situation that, hey, if the FDA communicates, then we could see the stock around $8. If they get approval, then we probably see the stock test $10 and above. It all depends on when it happens and if there's any more capital raising that's going to come along. But like the long term of this company looks really, really good. Like they have a really good pipeline that if they can continue to progress it, then yeah, like this is a multi-billion-dollar company in the long run. They just have to execute, get things approved, and they're on their way. Problem is, it's kind of in limbo right now, and I don't think the market likes that. I don't think shareholders like that. I don't think anyone likes that. Like the only ones really benefiting from this extra time is the FDA, which I think they hopefully have had enough time, and hopefully they communicate very, very soon. Let me know if you've got any comments or questions below. Until then, good luck visiting everyone.